The morning air in Columbus was surprisingly brisk, a sharp, welcome change from the late-season heat they'd endured recently, though perhaps a little underdressed for the cool snap. The chill only served to heighten the anticipation of high-octane asphalt therapy, making the day's run feel all the more invigorating. The Columbus Corvette Club had met early in the morning at the Burger King on North Lake Drive. 7 machines, monuments to American performance, were now lined up perfectly, ready to hit the highway. The lineup spanned generations. A magnificent chrome bumper C2 Stingray, a muscular C6, 5-sharp C7S, a powerful blend of classic and modern front-engine performance. This diverse group was the core of the club gathering for their run to PaBella Winery. Leading the pack was Eric in his blazing bright red C7Z06 setting the pace. Right behind him, Steve in his shimmering copper C6 kept a vigilant eye on the rear view, ensuring the formation held tight. A convoy of 7 is a spectacle, a rolling ribbon of noise and color that turns heads and halts conversations. As they merged onto the state route, the formation locked into place. The distinctive growl of 7 LT engines, synchronized in the same gear at the same speed, created a unified, low-frequency roar. It wasn't just noise, it was a symphony of performance, the sound wave bouncing off the trees lining the winding back roads that led away from the city. The route shifted from open highway to the narrow, undulating curves of wine country. This was where the Corvettes truly came alive. Each driver, having spent countless hours tuning both their cars and their reflexes, moved as one. Braking points were mirrored, apexes clipped in flawless unison, the red, silver, and copper bodies leaning into the turns like a professional racing team. The low autumn sun reflecting off the polished fiberglass created a mesmerizing strobe-like effect down the line. Nearly 45 minutes of pure driving focus dissolved as the lead car crested a hill, revealing the destination. Below them, nestled amongst rolling hills striped with dormant grapevines, sat PaBella Winery. Eric signaled the pull-off, and one by one, the 7 Corvettes peeled off the road, their collective exhaust popping and settling into a satisfied idle. The drivers, energized by the run and the smell of hot asphalt and leather, climbed out. The change in atmosphere was instant. From the focused intensity of the drive to the casual camaraderie of the stop. They weren't just 7 individual drivers anymore. They were a unit that had conquered the road together. Parked side by side, the 7 Corvettes looked like sculptures, silent testaments to a perfect morning ride. While the 6 drivers responsible for the return trip stuck to sparkling cider coffee, Mac was the only one ready to trade the engine's roar for the quiet clink of glasses, savoring the reward for a great drive. The respite at PaBella was complete. Eric checked his watch. It was time to wrap up the formal club ride. With 7 doors closing with solid, satisfying thunks, the drivers settled back into their performance seats. Eric, in the bright red C706, led the pack out of the gravel lot, the C2's classic rumble falling into line behind the modern growl of the C6 and the other C7S. The convoy held together for the first few miles back toward the city, a final, unified expression of speed and camaraderie. Then, one by one, as their routes diverged, each Corvette peeled off the formation. A silver C7 here, the copper C6 there, until Eric and the final few were left to navigate the final leg alone. The official run was over, but the perfect memory of the crisp morning, the coordinated driving, and the collective roar of 7 generations of performance would surely last until the next ride home.
maintain the chrome just right. 7 engines purring, ready for the light. Stingray Z06 and a classic 63 lined up in the lot of sight to see. Fuel tank's full and the rubber is hot. Gonna leave this sleepy city spot. Today's the day, the plan's been made for a smaller show, friendly parade. 7 Corvettes strong, down the open road we fly. Heads turning as we pass beneath the big blue sky. We're headed for the hills, the engine's mighty sound. PaBella's Winery is where we're bound, yeah. Pedal to the floor, feel the horsepower hum. It's the 2nd annual show where we come. The leader takes the ram, the others fall in line. A shimmering fast procession, perfectly aligned. Red, yellow, black, and silver streak across the lanes, washing away weekdays, washing out the pains. We don't need the huge crowds or the corporate big display. We just like the laid-back, simple way. Each driver knows a handshake, the nod when the group of family and speed demons doing up the highway. 7 Corvettes strong, down the open road we fly. Heads turning as we pass beneath the big blue sky. Engine's mighty sound. PaBella's Winery is where we're bound. Yeah, pedal to the floor, feel the horsepower hum. It's the 2nd annual PaBella car show where we come. Towns lower in the tops as the highway winds on down. The smell of burning asphalt, the air is clean and free. Chasing that horizon, miles melt into clean. The vineyards wave, the seniors wait. Sun pouring on the glass, we'll show 'em our rides nice and slow, nothing too fast. Just a friendly little gathering, raising a glass to celebrate a day of fine cars and friendship that does the trick. 7 Corvettes strong, down the open road we fly. Heads turning as we pass beneath the big blue sky. We're heading for the hills, the engine's mighty sound. PaBella's Winery is where we're bound. Yeah, pedal to the floor, feel the horsepower hum. It's the 2nd annual show where we come. Slow it down now, here's the sign. PaBella's awaits, it's showtime. The vet crew has arrived, 7 deep and low, ready for the show.